Okay, hi everybody. My name's Stephanie Featheringill, and I'm the director of the Ashland County Park District, and we're out here today at the beautiful Freer Field. And so I'll tell you a little bit about the park today and some of our upcoming improvements. So as I mentioned, we're at Freer Field, which is right in the heart of Ashland City. It's just one of our beautiful parks that we have in the county, and it just so happens to be the only park that's in the city. Behind me is the beautiful Century Barn that we have at this park. The park is about 78 acres with about 2 miles of hiking trails. One of those miles is actually a paved trail. And the paved trail goes through the center of the field, and it goes into the woods a little bit as well. We also have a beautiful pine woods behind us, several trails that are natural, a few bridges, a lot of really neat things to see back there, a beautiful creek that goes just past us from Center Street. We also have a playground at this park over by Daleroy, and that's actually a handicap accessible playground, so children of all abilities could be able to use that playground here at this park. A few of the improvements that we've had at this park, just right behind us would be the barn, as I mentioned. We painted that barn this year to make sure that we can preserve the barn for many years to come. We actually when all sides of the barn here have been painted. The roof has been repaired in some areas which had some leaks, so we just really make sure to preserve the Century Barn here, since it's right in the center of Ashland City. Everybody driving past Center Street could see the barn. On the other side of the park, on Park Street, we were actually able to expand the parking lot on that side. As I mentioned, this is just such a popular park, probably the most popular park in the county. And so on a beautiful day, both parking lots here at the barn on Center Street and over on Park Street will be full. So we did pave that parking lot and then expand it by more than half of its original size. And that will also be phase 1 of our upcoming building that will be built later on this year. We did put that building out to bid, and shortly, just in about a week, we'll be awarding that bid in the project that will be happening on Park Street. So the building will include an office space for the Park District, a public restroom that will be able to be accessed by visitors from dawn to dusk, as well as an indoor reservable room. People might be able to reserve that for a wedding, a small wedding, a family get-together. We could also have park programs in that space, so really the possibilities are endless for that reservable room. And lastly, the building will have an outdoor pavilion space for hikers to be able to take a break or have a picnic lunch or something like that. So that'll be really exciting. The project will hopefully be able to be completed by the end of this year. Another project that will be happening hopefully next year will be renovations to this barn space that we're at right now. The state has awarded us a grant of $300,000, and so we will be able to complete renovations here around this barn. There will be able to be a parking lot in this space that we're standing at, and it will be able to have 25 parking spaces, as well as an additional 25 car parking space below the barn, just to the side of the barn. That will be able to sort of, again, be phase 1 of the renovations inside of the barn. Now the grant was not able, it was not eligible for renovations inside of the barn, but that'll be our phase 1 to be able to complete our barn renovations, which would include a second exit for fire code, a restroom inside of the barn, and so hopefully in the future we will again be able to rent this barn out for just a 3-season use. So sometimes a summer picnic, summer weddings. It will be a different usage than the 4-season reservable room in the new building. So the grant was able to pay for the 2 parking lots as well as a plaza in the space that we're standing at right in front of the barn. It will lead up to the parking lot. And the plaza will have seating, nice shrubbery, a nice patio type walk space. There will also need to be a retaining wall on both ends because of the slope next to the barn. Lastly, the grant will be able to pay for a natural buffer along Morgan Street where the houses are at. No specific details as to what type of plants will be used yet. We'll likely hire a landscape architect to help us with our plan against the houses on Morgan Street. But a lot happening here at Freer Field this past year and in the upcoming year or years to come. So we're really excited about the opportunities here at Freer Field. And I'll just mention one more thing here. As you can see, all of the snow that has fallen this winter maybe has made it a little bit difficult for some of the hikers to walk. So I invite you here to Freer Field because we do pave this 1 mile parking, 1 mile paved trail and parking lot. So any visitors who don't want to trudge through a few inches of snow can definitely come out here to Freer Field and take a nice leisurely walk. Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We moved out to the fire cabin now. So we're at another park just outside of Ashland City, and this park again is called the Fire Cabin. It's 32 acres of mostly all wooded property. We have about a mile hiking trail here. The cabin is sort of in the center of the park, so there's sort of a horseshoe loop behind the cabin and another horseshoe loop in front of the cabin with many shortcuts in between there. The fire cabin, we've done a lot of improvements out here as well over the past few years. So the entire driveway, front parking lot, and back parking lot is now paved. So that's a very exciting improvement that we completed, as well as a 1/4 mile paved trail through the woods. So the trail is now handicap accessible as well. This is our 3rd paved trail in the Park District. Some recent improvements that were completed here at the cabin include the exterior being stained, so it's a nice overall brown color again. The roof has been replaced from shingles to a metal roof. Now inside of the cabin we've completed a few improvements. We've painted the entire interior this year. We've added a 50-inch TV to the inside of the cabin, as well as Wi-Fi service for events. So this cabin can be rented out for events. It's very popular in the summer, actually for weddings and graduation parties, but you can hold any type of event, birthday party, baby shower, anything like that. And so I'll tell you a little bit about how to reserve it. You can call our office, which is at 419-289-3524. And you can rent the cabin for an entire day for just $150. And that includes 75 upholstered chairs and tables for your reservation. And as I mentioned, the new amenities include the TV and the Wi-Fi. So you can play movies here, you can display any type of video, like for weddings. I know that people like to do a collage of the couple.
So really endless possibilities, and I know that's a popular question that we were receiving was, is there Wi-Fi service? So yes, we have upgraded to Wi-Fi service at the fire cabin. The fire cabin originally was not owned by the Park District. It was a volunteer firefighters group retreat. And since 2012, their group dwindled and they ended up disbanding the group, and they wanted to keep it as sort of the theme of a retreat in nature, and they wanted to make sure that it was preserved. So they did donate this park to the Park District. And like I've mentioned, we made many improvements to keep their wishes and make this accessible to the public. And so, again, our cabin here is just really popular and just about 2 minutes from Freer Field, really. So easily accessible from all of Ashland County. And we've had people from other counties that would rent this cabin. So we're excited about being able to improve the cabin. There may be future improvements yet to come for the interior of the cabin as well. We're talking about a few different options, so keep your eyes open. There's a really beautiful view on the outside of the cabin. Again, like I said, we're right in the middle of the woods, so the front porch and the back porch is just really a great spot for a hiker to take a break, or for the parties to be able to go outside and enjoy nature. One thing I've always heard, positive comment, is that it's private for your event out here and very secluded. So if you enjoy nature, this is another good spot. We do have a small pavilion on the front of the cabin as well that the public can use, or when the building is being reserved, you can use that pavilion outside as well. One other improvement that will be coming would be an automatic gate to the front of the cabin. So originally, hikers would have to park at the front parking lot and then hike back to the paved trail. Unless the cabin is being reserved, then the gate would be open. Otherwise, it's closed. So the automatic gate will open up right at dawn. You can drive your car right back here to the cabin parking lot and then be able to access the trail more easily that way. Hopefully, when the weather gets a little bit better, we'll be able to install the gate when the ground isn't so frozen. But this is just a great park to come to for the whole family. I've seen kids riding their bikes along the paved trail, and really any type of ability can enjoy this paved trail here now at the fire cabin. Okay, thanks again for joining us. We moved out here now to Byers Woods, just about 5 miles south of Ashland City. So we're here at another one of our Ashland County parks, and this one is actually over 200 acres. So as you can see behind me, the old landfill is still here. So we took this landfill and turned it into a park. So right here at the entrance, we have a lot of amenities that we've completed over the past few years. We have a brand new playground, pavilion with 3 picnic tables underneath of it, and a vault restroom. So kind of gives the complete family atmosphere here. And right behind me as well, we have the paved trail that takes a 1 mile, just over a mile loop past 2 of our fishing ponds. The paved trail actually loops around one of the ponds and then goes past another pond where there's actually a second parking lot that makes that pond handicap accessible. And that parking lot is located just off 655, or just on 655. There's a few spots where you can park there and maybe take a 30-foot walk to that pond there on 655. There are also 2 other ponds at this park, so there's 4 total, and they're all catch and release fishing ponds, so you do not have to have a fishing license at any of our ponds at the parks. A few other amenities that we've completed over the past few years would be the remodeling of the exterior of the barn here that's located right off of the parking lot. We just use that for storage of some of the equipment that is used to maintain this park. As you can tell, along with Freer Field, we do pave this trail. So if you are looking for another spot to come and walk in the winter when the snow is a little bit much, you can come out here to Byers Woods and take a walk out here. We pave the parking lot and the paved trail. And this park, you can park in the front here right off of 1754. A few other things that you can see here at Byers Woods would be the observation tower. That's been recently remodeled in the sense that we've replaced the deck boards and the stairs just to make it a little bit more safer for visitors. You can find that observation tower by traveling down the paved trail, making a right at the center pond, and following the landfill fence into the woods where you can see the observation tower sign, and then there are signs guiding you to that observation tower. It's a really nice view. When you get up there, you can see a clear view across the mounds over the center pond, and you can see much of the surrounding area from the observation tower. This park is also really popular for birding. It's the most popular park for birding in Ashland County. On eBird.com, there has been over 160 bird species identified here at this park. So if you're a birder in Ashland County, you definitely want to make a visit to Byers Woods. We also have a bird hike every fourth Saturday of the month here, whether you're a beginner, a moderate skill level, or really any skill level. You can come out here to Byers Woods, and our volunteer park manager and president of the Greater Mohican Audubon Society leads that walk with you. Binoculars are a good suggestion to bring with you, as we don't provide any during that walk. But he'll take you around, and you'll be able to identify several different bird species likely during that morning. And it starts at 9 a.m. and it's usually over by about 11 a.m. And that's again every fourth Saturday year round. So even in the winter, all the way through the year, you can come out and enjoy a nice hike, whether you're an expert birder or not. But Byers Woods is definitely a good place to see bird species. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but there is a sign for the bobolink, and so in June is a really popular time to come out if you're specifically looking for the bobolink. It's a really neat bird. It's all black with like a yellow cap on the top of his head, and we'll see if we're able to have it this year, but depending on COVID. Normally we have a bobolink festival, and that's normally in June. So feel free to go to our website, which is www.ashlandcountyparks.com, to check out our list of events that will be happening later this year. We have a news tab which tells you all of our park improvements and many other details about the park specifically. If you're interested in a certain park, you can see the trail maps and so on. So that's a good way to get information, and you'll learn if we're able to hold that event. On our website, we'll list that. Other important information on the website, again, the events. We are going to have our Maple Syrup Day event, which will be held on March 7th at Cook Park. This year it will be from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we had that event last year for the first time, and it was really successful. All kinds of visitors were able to enjoy that event. We hold wagon demonstration rides where we tell you all about how to make maple syrup. You could come into the lodge if it's a cold day like today, hopefully not so much, but you could come into the lodge and warm up and have free pancakes. We'll have maple syrup sampling maple syrup for sale, and the first 50 people through the door will receive a free maple syrup sample. So that's a really nice event at Cook Park again later this year on March 7th. Plenty of room inside to social distance, and regular sanitizing will be made possible. So that's one event to look forward to that we know that we are definitely having. So we learned about 3 different parks today, and again, I invite you to check out our website to learn about more parks. We have several beautiful parks all throughout the county. Even if you're located all the way up along 224, we have parks over there, down to Jeromesville. So it's a really nice website to check out all of our parks and our events, as well as our improvements that we have been able to accomplish over the past few years, and it shows future improvements that are coming later this year.